tell me about, you know, your life. In other words, you know, you had a regular life, and not that you don't have one now, but you know, you weren't disabled previously, and so now I can tell already you're just forward motion, right?
Yes.
So what do you attribute to, you know, your strength in this situation?
I guess I attribute my strength to just my upbringing and to God.
Okay, those are powerful. And Dad, how did the family hold themselves together?
Well, we decided early on, you know, we could either play the victim card or we could do something positive, and we just felt that doing something positive is what was meant to be and what fulfilled us as a family.
All right, and you're doing it. So here we're at, what do we call this over here?
Snackapella.
Snackapella. All right, goldfish and applesauce, and it seems like a healthy menu. So now let's walk us through here and let us get a feeling of what's here. Great.
Oh, okay.
So what we want you to do is be respectful of our tenants up above. So we made everything soundproof. So we brought all the studios into the inner side rather than the outside, because Daniel, what did we learn during the process?
We learned that when music hits glass, it either goes up or down. So that's why, if you'll notice, all of our music studios are on the inside.
And so this is
soundproof.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our
Heavy door.
200 pounds.
Yeah.
This is going to be our recording.
Oh, okay. All right.
Soundproof.
So that's going to go in here.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Since September.
Oh,
We opened
since
September
September.
23rd, yeah.
Wow.
We, construction started in mid-June, and we finished 3 months later. We gutted the whole place and just built it up.
And you have this whole floor?
The whole floor is ours.
So at this point, now you've been doing this for 7 years, right?
Right.
So you have students. So how does it work? So
We have, the
how
first thing
does
is,
it work?
we have two types of programs. Okay, we have fee-based programs and free programs. And so the free programs start at 4 o'clock and they go on to close, which is 7 or 8 o'clock at night. It runs 30 weeks a year. And that's further broken down into recreational classes and music instruction classes, right?
Yeah.
And recreational classes are,
Recreational classes are for the music enthusiast. So somebody who just wants to come and enjoy music.
and the music instruction.
Are a little more structured.
Okay.
So,
And you have professional teachers, or who's
Yeah.
teach? Volunteer teachers? Or?
no, we
pay all
pay
our
all
staff.
of our instructors.
Alrighty.
So we hire either music therapists or music instructors as our teachers.
So give me an example of a class. So how would you teach somebody? How will your instructors teach somebody?
Well, we bring it into different types of classes. So we have a keyboard class.
Yeah, we have keyboard class, rhythm classes for children, percussion classes, guitar classes, song composition classes.
Voice band,
Yeah,
and the instructor will lead the class. It's over a 10 to 12 week period. They'll lead the class. They have a curriculum that they work on, and then we usually have a theme every semester. So this past semester was about coming together, so it's all together now. In the spring, it's usually a genre. So last semester was Motown.
So let me ask in this regard, I guess, and the disability range is what here?
Developmental and physical disabilities. And so we encompass whether it's autism spectrum, Down syndrome, it could be traumatic brain injury, it could be a genetic disorder, it could be blind, it could be someone that's paralyzed.
Now, to teach, I venture to say every single one that you just mentioned, it's different,
Right.
probably, right? And if you can't see, you can't see. If you can't physically play the piano, your fingers, or you only have half a hand, you have one hand, so how do you then arrange? Is it individual, or is it can you put a group of similarly disabled people together with that kind of a teacher that can understand that situation? How does it work?
All our classes are group. The reason why we went to group classes, so 30 weeks of group, and starting in June, we're going to have 15 weeks of one-on-one or one-on-two instruction, so they can bring up their musicality and their experience. So we have something, instead of intake session, we call it reading sessions. And so everyone comes in and we get a sense of where they are musically and also where they are in terms of what would be appropriate from a group point of view. We have anywhere from 6 to 12 members in a class who are grouped based on first where they are musically and then second also age. We thought a lot of times, right, Dan, when we first started, the reason why we went with group rather than one-on-one.
Yeah, because a lot of times people with disabilities are isolated. They're always going from therapy to therapy, and it's just them and the therapist. So we wanted to make Daniel's music foundation more group-oriented so that people could be with other people around their own age.
And that's why we had Santa Fe. We want people to socialize. We want to make it a joyful place where people, while they're learning music, can also make friends.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful, beautiful idea, concept. Are there other music schools that do this for disabled?
Not to the extent that we're doing. A lot of it's music therapy, which is, again, one-on-one. They do have some group classes. But we're more about music education, music expression. And we like performance because there's something to be said when you get on a stage.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, your heart's beating a little fast, and you know you have to really practice. And it's a great feeling when you hear the feedback from when you get the applause from the audience.
So when you're doing an event, do you have a stage here ability, or do you go out and do that?
In the past, it's been at Dalton.
Yeah. In the past, it's been at the Martin Theater at the Dalton School, but I think now we're gonna have the performances here, maybe.
We're considering having here, but for the last 6 years we've had it at the Dalton School, which seats 400 people, and we've had two shows, usually on a Sunday.
Do you have some video of that?
Sure.
Little shows and stuff.
Sure.
Do you have like a video of the whole organization, a corporate video?
No, not. We don't have.
Created.
But we have about 100 plus videos on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel. This is our first studio. This studio is with a recreational rhythm and also voice classes.
Okay.
We just had our concert on December 15th, so we're in off season right now.
All right.
And so we also want to make sure that there was always windows
So that the members could see their parents, and also so the parents could see their children.
That's a wise thing to do.
Thank you.
This is really nice. It's really set up very, very comfortably.
We wanted to make it colorful also, so if you know.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I was noticing that. This is our family's office, also conference room that we set up.
Okay.
Not completely finished yet, but
It's getting there.
It's a great neighborhood. You
We
got
love
park
the
across the street?
Yeah, we
Park over here, you got a park over here. Was that a school over there?
that's Children's Aid Society.
Oh, Children's Aid Society. Yeah. Stories on that.
And Danny, why don't you talk about the wall?
Oh yeah, this is Danny's Angels Wall. So we've had a few members who have passed away. So we wanted to memorialize them.
And really celebrate their life. And so if you look, we always wanted to put what their favorite songs were, you know, and just to remember them. And so, you know, and when we walk by every day, you always think of everyone because they were an important part.
206 to 213. Yeah. How were these young people?
Kelly was 30 years old, Artie was about 65, and Dominique was in the late 30s, early 40s.